Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my week of Moonlit Seduction palette here on my channel. Throughout this week we are testing the Mothership 10 palette that was just released a couple of weeks ago. And we've already done 3 looks. I can leave a link to the playlist up in the cards for you in case you've missed the other 3 looks, as well as my first impressions, demo and comparison swatches. Today we're going for somewhat more of like a classic subtle look, I think. Subtle in my standards, because I already applied the red lipstick, which means we're not doing something super crazy on the eyes. And I'm also wearing this one of my new yellow t-shirts that I mentioned yesterday, so you know, we need to kind of balance it out. We can't really do something super crazy. So let me walk you through the idea that I have for the look today. As usual, we are going to start off the look not with the Mothership 10 palette, but with my single here in Statuesque, because I just can't be bothered. I think today's look could potentially work if you would put this shade through the crease very lightly, but I kind of did a similar like look already in the beginning of the week, and I don't want to you know, limit myself by this matte. So I'm going to pull out for Statuesque. Then I want to revisit the Blitz Venus shade. I'm going to apply that all over my lid, and then I want to layer this beautiful gold Astral shade, because I want to add a little bit more of like a gold flip to the eyeshadow to match a little bit with my clothing. Then I'm going to put this one through my outer corner, and I'm actually going to use Extreme Nocturne here to wing a liner. A bit of a risky business considering that I haven't really been winging liners recently, and I've already done the rest of my makeup. Wish me luck, fingers crossed. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to zoom you in and we can get started on the look. I'm taking a blending brush and the shade Statuesque to carve my crease as usual. If you don't have Statuesque, I promise pretty much every other like sort of neutral brown shade, or even like a warmer brown matte, would work really well with this look. Or your bronzer. You don't even have to resort to an eyeshadow if you don't have Statuesque. Of course, I highly recommend picking up Statuesque because it's a very useful shade, but you don't have to go out of your way to recreate this effect. And I'm also going to apply the tiniest bit here in the outer corner, just for a tiny bit of definition, since I'm not really going to apply a dark matte there to define the crease. Alright, next I'm going to grab the Intensifies wand from Pat McGrath, and one of you asked me in my previous video exactly how I work with this. Honestly, it's quite, you know, straightforward. I don't over apply this though, because I feel like if you put more glitter glue, the chances are higher that your eyeshadow will crease. So I've already applied eyeshadow primer, and then I just kind of paint this on, and I apply about one like homogeneous layer on the lid, but without really over applying it. I feel like that might result in creasing. And if you don't want to actually use the stick, you can just put your finger, because I feel like that really gives you a bit more control. You really feel how much you're putting on your eyelids. I think if you paint it on, you have a little bit less control, and you feel a bit less how much you're applying. So if you're struggling a little bit initially to decide how much you need to put on, I would just say go in with your finger and then dab. Now, we did address a little bit the Blitz Venus shade in the beginning of the series, when I said that in my original video I used it with my fingers, and then I used it with a brush, and I found out that it works much better with a flat shader brush. So that is what I'm going to do today as well. Take this shade and apply a nice light layer of that all over the lid. And oh my god, this just like a simple everyday look is so pretty. Now I'm going to go into the Astral Gold Lush shade here, and you can apply as, you know, dramatic of a layer as you want. You can also wet your brush if you really want this eyeshadow to have a bit more of a wet lid effect. I am for now just going to use my fingers, but I might change my mind, and I'm going to just press this over top of the Blitz Venus shade like this, just to work the two textures together. And as you can see, this just adds a layer of like golden champagne sparkle, and I think the two shades just look really pretty together. Very, very elegant. Now I'm going to grab my shader brush, and I've actually decided to switch up my inner corner. I'm just going to go into the gold shade, because I think it just fits the look so nicely. So let's just apply a little bit more of that shade. Alright, and here comes the really risky part of this look. I'm going to take a little angled brush like this one, and then I'm going to go into the shade Extreme Nocturne, and I'm just going to use it dry to create a little bit of a smoky wing. And I'm definitely going to shut up and speed up for that part, because I don't do wings often anymore, and when I do, I feel like I've forgotten how to do them. Alright, this is not going to get better with my current eyeliner skills. I know that part of this collection was a liquid liner in a dark brown color. If you have that, if you purchase that by any chance, then just use that instead of Extreme Nocturne, or just use the eyeshadow in case you prefer like a more smoky wing. To finish off the look, I'm just quickly going to go back into Statuesque and apply that on my lower lashes. I don't think you need any convincing that these shadows are very sparkly, but here is artificial light for you. I like how this look turned out. Cute, elegant, never really goes out of style, but you know what else this look is? It is extremely dupeable. You can achieve this very same look probably if you took the Astral shade, the one at like the very bottom right corner of the Divine Rose 2 palette, together with your bronzer or something, and Pat has given us enough dark browns. You don't even need the dark brown, it could be a black, whatever, and you could recreate probably 95% this look and it would look almost exactly the same. This palette offers a lot of these kind of like toned down, elegant, classic looks without you having to go into like 5 different Pat McGrath palettes in order to achieve it. So there's also that. If you were looking for a very toned down neutral palette that you can take along with you on a business trip, or if you work in a very conservative office you can wear on the daily without really having to reach into multiple different palettes to achieve this kind of look, then absolutely this palette is going to be the answer to your prayers. But with that said, we also can't pretend like even though this look is cute, it is also very dupeable within Pat McGrath's own collection. So I'm very curious what you think about it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Let me know what you thought about it. I think I'm going to stop rambling now. As usual, thank you so much for watching, and we will see each other for one more look with the Moonlit Seduction palette. Bye!